Hi everyone, welcome to Gnan Cloud Garage. In this session, I am going to talk about how to master SUSE KVM management with essential commands. So in our lab environment, we have one of the HPE Synergy Compute node, and this Synergy Compute node running with the SUSE operating system, and within the SUSE operating system enabled KVM module. On top of that, I will show you how we can run the some of the key important commands. Okay, so before we jump into the essential commands, let quickly understand what is SUSE KVM virtualization architecture. So here is the architecture diagram. In general, if you want to enable a KVM, first we need a one hardware. That hardware must be supported with our SUSE operating system. And within our hardware BIOS level, we should enable virtualization technology for x86 platform. If you are using a AMD motherboard, we have to enable V. And if you are using Intel motherboard, we have to enable VT. With these features only, we can able to install within our SUSE Linux operating system. We can enable kernel virtual machine modules, KVM, we can able to enable. And using this SUSE KVM, we can run the multiple virtual machines. That virtual machine, we call it as a guest user space, or you can run any operating system like Windows or Linux. For example, you can run one guest OS with the Linux kernel, another one you can run with Windows, and so on. Okay, so within our hardware support, suppose within our lab environment, what we are using is, as per the hardware, we are using compute platform is HPE Synergy. One of the compute node version is Synergy 480 generation 10. And on top of this compute node, we install the operating system SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, in short form SLES, and it's enabled with KVM. On top of that, we are running multiple virtual machines. This is our demo environment. Okay, and virtual machines, not only 2 VM, we can configure a number of virtual machines based on our available hardware resources. Okay, so this is the high level overview of SUSE KVM virtualization architecture. Now let's start with the few basic commands now. How to verify the version of SLES, SUSE Linux Enterprise Server KVM version. To verify this version, generally we can change the directory to etc os release. When you type this command using cat, we can see the version information. So let's quickly log into our lab system, and I will show you how we can verify this command. Let's say I connected to our SUSE KVM using SSH session. Okay, now you can type the command cat space /etc/os release. So when you type this command, you can see the name is SLES and version is version 15 service pack 2. And you can look for any of the full name. The pretty name is SUSE Linux Enterprise Server version 15 service pack 2. Okay, so this is the complete version of SUSE KVM 15 and service pack 2. And another command, if you want to verify the KVM version, generally to verify the kernel virtual machine version, we can type the command uname space -r. When you type uname space -r, you can see the kernel version 5.3.8. Okay, and this command also I highlighted in our slide, KVM version. Okay, and another one, generally for normal Windows system, to verify the all the processes, we are opening the task manager. Similarly, in the Linux operating system or ESX operating system, similarly in the SUSE KVM, we are using to verify all the process information. We can type the command top command. This top command purpose is to display a dynamic view of a system activity, including CPU usage, memory usage, processor information, and more. So we can try the command is top command. When you type top command, you can see all the resource information. If you see on the screen, we can verify the CPU and as well as memory and the swap relation. What is the total memory? Approximately 255 GB of memory, and we can see the what is an available free memory. Either we can see using the top command, or another option is just Control C. Let me clear the screen, and you can type another command to verify the specific memory information. To display the specific to the memory usage, you can type command free-h. When you type free-h, you can see our total memory is approximately 225 255 GB, and we are currently using 41 GB, and 105 GB is free, and there is a cache GB is reserved for a 104 GB is reserved, or it's a buffered memory. Okay, this is how we can verify. And this command also I highlighted in our slide to display the information about memory usage free -h. Okay, now another important command within our SUSE KVM is AST command. So AST is our SUSE's all-in-one SUSE system manager. AST stands for yet another setup tool. And the purpose of this AST is as to simplify SUSE system administration, and also it will provide this, GUI and CLI for managing SUSE operating system. And in addition, it is user friendly for beginners and experts, and it is also a unified approach, simplifies the SUSE management. And it's a powerful tool ideal for SUSE based environment. So the command is within the lowercase letters, you can just type the command AST command. So log into our lab system, we'll test the how is the AST command. When you type YaST, so AST means it's a yet another setup tool. Okay, when you type yet another setup tool command, just press enter. You can see this is the all the AST control center. Within the control center in the left pan, you can see software, system, network services, virtualization, and miscellaneous. When you observe the software in the right pan, you can see we can able to perform these changes. Software management we can run, and media check we can run, and also the software repository. With interest of our time, I'm not going to the deep dive, but remember the main significant command within the SUSE KVM is AST command. Okay, and another one, system. Within the system we can see the bootloader, kernel dump, and also we can modify the network settings, and we can validate our partitions details. Under network services we can see the host name modifications, and also the proxy, and last but not the least, remote administration VNC viewer. And virtualization, here only we can see to create virtual machine option, and also we can install the hypervisors and tool, and we can relocate the server configurations. And there is also some miscellaneous information which consists of some of the var.log information, and also the file system snapshot details. Okay, to quit this wizard, you can see the Q letter is highlighted. We have to press Alt Q to exit from this wizard. So let me press Alt Q that we exited from this wizard. So this is one of the main key management tool for SUSE operating system, and it will also simplifies our SUSE system administration. And another point is, what task does AST perform? Just now we verified from the command line what task it performs is system configuration, includes hardware, network, and services, and it will also helpful for software management, install, update, and removing packages. And we can do our users and group management, and also the network services, like we can also set up our DNS and firewall details, and also the storage management specifically to the partitions and file system. In addition, we also have AST, we can also help to manage security and authentication, and modify the time and date settings, and setting up a printer, and also and we can also see our monitoring log information using AST command, and we can enable the SUSE KVM virtualization feature using the AST command only, and it will help you to create VM and manage our SUSE networks, and also the SUSE operating system storage information as well. Okay, and to see about the more information of SUSE command help information, to know the help information, we need to type the command #space -h. So let's see the help information, #space -h, or you can type --help to verify the help information. So we can see -h or -help to get more about the HAST information. And suppose if you want to display list of all available modules of HAST, you can type the command HAST space -l, or you can type -list. See, just now whatever we observed in the console, the same modules information is also we can see under the list command. Okay. So HAST -l or -list. This is also one important essential command. And another one, another key command within our SUSE Linux operating system, and also SUSE KVM, is virsh tool. Okay, so let's understand what is the virsh tool. Virsh full form is Virtualization Interactive Remote Shell, a command line utility for managing virtualization. Okay, and the core features of this VRSH are interactive command line interface, and it will help you to virtual machine management, start, stop, pause, and resume. But how we are going to start, stop, pause, and all, I will show you in the next slide. And resource allocation, we can also modify CPU, memory, and storage, and we can also configure network configuration monitoring, and we can specifically to the virtual machine, we can create the snapshot and we can create a virtual machine clone using VARSH command. And the main key use cases for using the VRSH tool is managing virtual machine lifecycle. That means start, stop, update, and upgrades. And configuring virtual machine settings. If you want to either scale up or scale down CPU, memory, and storage, we can able to perform using VRSH command. And also troubleshooting the virtualization issues. Virtualization here, virtualization means SUSE KVM virtualization issues. Okay, and same like YaST command, if you want to verify the help information for VRSH, the help information we can type either -help or you can type -h. So let's quickly verify the help information. So if you want to directly go to the VRSH, type the command VRSH. VRSH full form virtualization interactive remote shell. So remote shell, it will launch the remote shell here. To verify the help information, type the help. You can see the all the help commands. This is one method, or else you can quit from the VRSH console. Once we exit from the VRSH shell, you can also type the command like VRSH and space, you can type -h. Any method, you can see the help information. So for help information, if you want to see one by one, let me use pipe symbol and more. We can able to see the VRSH domain management, and also there are domain management commands, and in addition, we can also see the some of the commands specifically to the migrating the virtual machines, power cycle operation commands, and we can also see the domain monitoring commands. And in addition, there is host and hypervisor commands within the VRSH. And we can also see the checkpoint command, and we can also see some of the interface related. We can modify the XML files, network filter. So these all the commands you can just explore when you are using VRSH-H based on your requirement. So with interest of time, I am not deep diving to the individual command, but just I am showing you the options, how we can see the information. Even we can, using VRSH command, we can run the snapshot-create. We can create a snapshot for the specific virtual machines within the SUSE KVM. Okay, so this is about the complete VRSH help information. So let me show you another one. If you want to see the help information, let me clear the screen and type the command VRSH space version. When you type VRSH version, we can see the current using API version QEMU. That means quick emulator version is 6.0 and running hypervisor version is 4.2. Okay. So this is how we can validate the VRSH help as well as VRSH version information. So these commands I highlighted in the right side. Okay. And now even the system information, if you want to see the VRSH information, that means if you want to validate where our virtual machine KVM is running, if you want to validate your hardware information from the command line, you can use the command VRSH sysinfo. So for sysinfo, let me type VRSH sysinfo. You can see the information, but this information is pretty long, so you can use pipe symbol and more. And we can see the where this server is running. It is running on HPE, and we can see the manufacturer is HPE product, and we can see all the information of HPE processor related, and also the CPU family is Intel family. And we can also similarly, we can see all the hardware component information. Memories, there are multiple 32 GB memories are available within this compute node. All the hardware information we can find when we type VRSH sysinfo command. Okay, so let me type Control C and clear the screen. And if you want to see the current running virtual machines on this KVM, so you can type the command VARSH, okay, and space, you can type the command list. When you type the list, you can see what are all the virtual machines running on this SUSE KVM. Suppose if you want to see any VMs are powered off or any virtual machines are inactive, to see all the active and inactive information, you can type the same command and you can type hyphen hyphen list. When you type vrsh list space hyphen hyphen all, sorry, when you type hyphen hyphen all, we can see the virtual machines, including not only active VMs, we can also get the inactive, that means the shutdown VMs also, we can get using this hyphen hyphen all command. Okay. And the same information I highlighted in our slide as well. See, to get the list of all running virtual machine, we can also call it as guests. Okay, VRSH space list. And to get the list of all running virtual machines and inactive virtual machine, we can type the same command and you can add the additional string hyphen hyphen all. Okay, and another important command is a viewer for the graphical console of a virtual machine guest. If you want to view the virtual machine viewer console, you can type the command VART space VART, not the space, sorry, hyphen viewer. So let me log into the system and you can type the command VART hyphen viewer. When you type viewer command, it will launch our virtual machine console viewer. So you can see how many VMs we are running. All the VMs you can find it from the viewer graphical console here. Okay, so you can see Opni cluster, SUSE firewall VM, and also SUSE 9 mini IO. So Minivo, all this information you can see from the graphical. Even if you want to connect to any of the system, select the specific VM and click on connect, it will launch the console. The specific virtual machine console also we can launch and log into the virtual machine. So that is how it will useful. But the virtual viewer do not have a multiple administrative options. So to get the multiple administrative options, instead of virtual viewer command, what we have to type is another command is virtual hyphen manager. When you type virtual hyphen manager command, it will have a some additional feature. We can able to perform the virtual machine modifications as well. Let's say when I select MinIO VM, if we want to do any of the changes like reboot, shutdown, force reset, force half, all these options we can perform using virtual machine manager. But the command wise, we have to type short word VART hyphen manager. But the VART hyphen manager is nothing but a virtual machine manager. And same way, any virtual machine to want to open a console also, you can open the console from here and to modifications, let's say connection detail. When you see the virtual machine overview, virtual network and storage information also, we can validate from the edit information connection details. For virtual machine details, if you want to modify the Opni cluster, any of the modification, select the virtual machine details. When you select the virtual machine detail, we can also connect it to the cluster information. And any of the modifications and all, we can create a snapshot. We can also migrate to the another SUSE KVM, shutdown, all the operations we can perform. Okay, that is importance of virtual hyphen manager command. Okay, all these steps we can perform using the graphical wizard or we can also perform using command line as well. Okay, so the same command I highlighted here, the virtual machine manager tool for managing virtual machine guest, it's virch hyphen manager. Okay, and another important commands are to start a virtual machine. So virsh start VM name. So to start this one, let's say log into our system. To verify the list, what is the command? virsh space list hyphen hyphen all. So now we can see there are running VM and also shutdown VM. For example, if you want to start a virtual machine, the shutdown VM, if you want to start, you can use the option virsh space and we can use the command SUSE K007 space and we have to start. So start means virsh start space virtual machine name. So when you press enter, the virtual machine will started. Okay, if you see domain SUSE 007 started. Okay, and to verify whether it is started or not, again you can type the same command vrsh list space hyphen hyphen all. It will shows the status as SUSE 007 is running state and it's created a one virtual machine ID 14. Okay, and suppose if you want to same virtual machine, if you want to pause, so pause also we can use the similar command varsh and only you can change instead of start, we have to use the keyword suspend. So this is suspend is nothing but a pause and VM name SUSE 007. When you type suspend, see the virtual machine is in suspended state. So again type VRSH list hyphen all. You can see SUSE 007 is in a paused state. Okay. Again, if you want to resume the status, you can use the command, same command, but you can change the keyword from suspended to resume. So keyword is simple, just use the command resume. When you type resume, see the virtual machine status is resumed. And again, if you type VRSH space list space hyphen all, you can see currently SUSE is in a running state. Okay. And again, if you want to shut down the same virtual machine, or if you want to shut down a other virtual machine, you can use the command shutdown command. Let's say sh shutdown space, and we have to use virtual machine name. Let's say I'm planning to shut down one of the VM, so SUSE-firewall-1. So this firewall VM I'm planning to shut down. You can type the VM name shutdown space VM name, and it will become a shutdown state now. Okay, see this virtual machine is being shut down. And to verify the status, again type the same command vrsh list space hyphen all, so that you can see this firewall 1 VM is in a shutdown state. Okay, so same commands I highlighted within our slide. See, to pause, we have to type the command vrsh suspend virtual machine name. And similarly to resume, the same thing vrsh resume VM name. And to reboot, even if you want to reboot any of the virtual machine during the maintenance window, you can use the keyword reboot and VM name. Okay. And the graceful shutdown, just now we tested, it's a graceful shutdown option, and the shutdown space virtual machine name. And force shutdown, sometimes when you apply the shutdown command also virtual machine is unable to shut down. That time we have to type the command destroy, but the word is destroy, but the usage of this keyword is only for force shutdown. Okay. And another command, turn on the automatic start, the same vrsh auto start VM name. This is for a turn on auto start. And to turn off, just for turn off, the same auto start hyphen disable space hyphen disable. So this is also another usual command when we are working with SUSE KVM virtual machines. And to connect to the guest console, either we can connect using virtue manager wizard, or direct command is virtue-viewer. For specific VM, we have to type VM ID. This is also another usage of command. This one, let me show you the last command. Let's say, for example, within our wizard, we can see there are a multiple virtual machine VM IDs. For example, if I want to connect to a SUSE 009 VM, you can type the command virtue-viewer and space. Instead of VM name, we have to give the VM ID. For example, if I want to connect to the SUSE 009, so ID is 7. So you can type the ID 7, so that it will launch the virtual machine console directly. Okay, so this is how also we can launch the virtual machine console. Either you can use virtue-viewer ID, this is one option, and another option is virtue-manager. From the manager also you can select your respective VM, click on connect, it will connect to the virtual machine console. So any method you can follow. So hopefully you understand some important key commands, like we verified the YaST command, it have so much SUSE KVM administration. And another virtual machine guest management, we can use VRSH tool. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. If you're watching this video first time, please do view, like, share, and subscribe to the Gnan Cloud Garage channel. If you're already subscribed, I appreciate all your support. Bye for now.